If you would like this hat or other merch for yourself, please check out my new store at Teespring. Find it in the description down below. Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Baldur's Gate 3. We're currently in the Hollow, where the refugees from Elturel are, and soon to be kicked out of apparently. So let's read that in the journal and then we're going to talk to Zevlor here. So looking for a cure, we got a lead on somebody named Nettie here in the inner sanctum, so basically where the druids are. And we found this is another new goal that we have at the Druids' Grove, save the refugees. We need to speak with Kaga, the leader of the druids. She ordered the tieflings to leave the grove. Zevlor fears they won't survive and asked us to intervene. So let's talk to him a little bit more.
Have you spoken to Kaga?
Not yet.
Of course, you have your own business to attend to. But if the druids won't abandon this ritual of theirs, it will be trouble for all of us. Have you spoken to Kaga?
I want to discuss something else.
What is it?
What brings your people out into the wilds?
We are refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls and goblins attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the descent.
The descent. An infernal conspiracy that had seen the entire city of Elturel briefly dragged to the hells.
Okay. If your people survive that, they'll survive anything.
So I hoped, but we've lost so many already. And more will die if we're forced out again.
So, I'm looking for a man named Zoru. Yeah, we're looking for... Yeah, she told us to look for Zoru.
You'll find him in camp. What do you want with him?
He encountered some strange creatures nearby. We just wish to know more.
Right. He's been going on about something of the sort. You'll find him in the caves, but we won't stay here much longer. See that you don't distract him from his duties.
Okay.
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
Yes. Of course.
You're the one who helped at the gate. Glad to have another sword. We might need it.
Oh, for a second I thought that thing was it was just the way the light hit it. I was like, is that like a magical sword? I want it. Alright. Okay, looks like that's all there is here. Everything else is stuff that we could steal, but I'm not going to be stealing. Can we read? Thespian's Memoir, Traveler's Guide to Baldur's Gate, Invasion Plans for Elturgard.
Elturgard. A lot of territory to cover before Baldur's Gate. And any cure found there.
Interesting. Okay, an aging map of Elturgard and its surroundings, the cities of Baldur's Gate and Elturel, are both marked, but it's the wilderness in between that's covered in notes. Symbols and ciphers, the freshest ink marks, pictographs of goblins and gnolls, shown gathering in the forests and hills nearby. So he's just marking where all of the people, where all of his enemies are that are trying to kill them. Honestly, better for him to know at least a little bit, especially if he's going to be forced back out into the wilderness with all these refugees.
I'll give it a shot.
How do you keep a low profile with a group that big? Seems like it'd probably be impossible, though.
Easy money.
So yeah, they're in a bad spot. Oh, there's Aridin. We'll talk to him too.
We're exposed now.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate.
Really?
Cats, though?
Is that real?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out.
Oh, sorry. If that's true, if dogs are not allowed in Baldur's Gate, then, you know what? This game is a 0 out of 10. We may as well just stop now. No dogs in Baldur's Gate? Screw Baldur's Gate. Game's dead to me. Alright, not really, but for real. I'm kind of a dog person. I mean, I have dogs and cats, but dogs are great. How dare they? Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Good luck to you both.
Thanks. I suppose we'll all need it.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
Plans? I think surviving the journey is ambitious. Well, no, let's not... I mean, we're more capable than they are. Let's not, you know, dour the mood for them. A pint in a clean room would do me a world of good.
God, that sounds like heaven.
Won't be long now. One more trip, then we can really rest.
Okay. Don't want to steal anything.
When we get to the city.
Alright, let's talk to Aridin here.
I'd make a fine teacher. Or a baker.
If it ain't the friendly drow. Thought you were with the goblins when you showed up at the gate. Glad you weren't. You fight well. Not like them bloody tieflings.
Damn, don't be so rude, dude. I might say that to him. He's being a jerk. Alright, I could use some help. Is there a healer here?
You're out of luck. Alcin, druid who runs this place, knew his stuff. But he ain't here anymore. Think he's got an apprentice running around somewheres, though. Nadine, Natalie, something like that.
Nettie. We already got that name. Do you have any idea where Halsin went?
We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it. Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now.
Can I maybe take a look at that contract?
Job's all yours, if you got a death wish.
Find the Night
in
Song.
Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
Any ideas what the relic actually is?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here with half my crew gone. But look, if you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us.
I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral, but my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own Todger. Goblins made short of the fat old chunk.
All I've got's the contract.
Okay.
It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
Okay. Thanks.
Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
Damn, he is an unpleasant person. Okay. So the Nautiloid Crash region, find the Night Song, investigate the temple. One of the adventurers, the dwarf Brian, has a map leading to the Night Song. However, he was killed by goblins at the temple. The Night Song is in some kind of temple. It must be in the goblin camp. Okay. A wizard in Baldur's Gate is offering a huge sum of money to anyone who brings him the Night Song. Alright. Okay, so rescue the druid Halsin. And we've also got a lead for the healer, Nettie. Okay. And we found a lead for Zoru. And we've currently got her in the party. So, yeah, that's good.
My love, you were a caravan escort.
So we'll have to find Zoru here somewhere.
In the middle of your shift.
Spoiler alert, I played early access. I know exactly where he is, but...
We've known enough grief this 10-day traveler. Don't be the cause of more.
Don't mind me, bro. I'm good. Let's see. Anything we want here?
I'll take that.
No helping it. We're exposed now.
Oh, camera's getting stuck. There we go. We're good.
I miss my forge.
Hey, anything that doesn't count as stealing, I'm checking it and I'm looting it.
Doesn't taste half bad.
Octa.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
This slop is beneath me. Nah, we'll take a bowl.
Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard. If a gnoll catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me.
Item received, gruel.
Salt.
Hey, look at that. 3 to 10 healing. Okay, we'll keep that around. It can be used as camp supplies as well, but it's probably more valuable as a healing item.
No helping it. We're exposed now.
Let's see. Dammon? What's
Thanks
up?
for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
You a smith? That forge is holding on by a thread.
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Alright, well if we ever find you in Baldur's Gate, that means that you'll probably have even better shit, right? So, you know, if we make sure that you guys get out of here safely. Okay, Constitution saving throws. That could be a helmet for Lae'zel. Athletics from these boots. Counts as medium armor. Saving throws. Okay. Some heavy armor here. Now hers was 16, right? I think she's got 16 armor class. No, she's got 15. So that matches that. Yeah, heavy armor and medium armor often comes with a disadvantage on stealth checks, so something to keep in mind. Okay, it's still comparing to my character's armor. A +1 longsword. Weapon enchantment +1. You would think that when switching to the character here, it would change the comparison. Oh, there it did. Okay. That must have just been a bug. When I double-clicked on it, it fixed it. So yeah, 5 to 14 damage. But the weapon enchantment is what's just giving it that extra damage though, right? Does weapon enchantment do anything else? +1 bonus to attack rolls, and deals +1 bonus damage. There we go. Well, that's pretty cool. Oop, there we go. Shortbow Hunter's Mark. Ooh. I do like the idea of having a bow that also gives us Hunter's Mark. So Hunter's Mark marks a creature as your query to deal an additional 1 to 6 slashing damage whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. Aww. Interesting. Also, is this a... Man, light crossbows sound like they should have been the one that you're proficient with, but there must be another class of crossbow. Oh, is it this? There we go. 4 to 14 ain't bad either. Alright, 130 is not bad on the gold. And this will give her a crossbow, give her another option. So she'd have her chill touch, or was it chill touch? Whatever that touch is, the necrotic touch. But then she also has this as an option, which could be a better option when we have symbiotic entity. Oh, I see. The 4 to 14 is including the necrotic, but still, 4 to 14 on that. Hold on, let me compare real quick. So 4 to 14, and this only does 1 to 8, so yeah. It should be there as an option.
I have, well, something close.
What does that attack scale off of? Hand crossbow, 15 meters, it's light. Yeah, I want it. We'll figure it out. Like, are these, do these roll off of decks? That's what I'm wondering. Or is it just that, no, I think you just get the proficiency bonus, right? So you just roll an attack and get your proficiency bonus. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. Saving throw +1, armor class +2. Yeah, let's not spend everything right away. We'll maybe come back for some things like this, but for now, maybe we'll just leave it at that. Hold on, let's go there real quick. Sell all wares. $104. It's not terrible with that. Saving throws, that one adds to athletics. 78. Now, we'll start with this.
I think I'd make a fine teacher.
I don't know if Lae'zel is going to be staying with the party, so I'm not going to too heavily invest in her heavy armor until we figure out if she's sticking around or not. Who knows? Maybe we'll be switching out party members a lot, you know, and keeping a lot of people around. But I'm expecting that things throughout the story may have some people stay and leave, and I have no idea where she's going to land with all of that. I should have read what that was. Because I don't know what it's just told me. Okay, 1 to 11, 4 to 14. And with Shillelagh, that becomes 5 to 17. Alright, that's not bad. That's not bad. Those are some nice modifiers we're getting with those things.
I'll talk to the guards at Baldur's Gate.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
Oh, no, I want to send that to camp. Did the wrong one on that one. There's Zoru.
Let me out, you bunch of softies!
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Yeah, honestly, I suggest you do as she says. Sorry, Shadowheart. I wasn't trying to be, like, cruel to him, but
Lower.
I do want the information. Oh my god. Alright, do we take over from here? Honestly, if there's somebody I want to keep happy, it's more Shadowheart than Lae'zel, but
You dare interrupt?
I do.
Has the tadpole ravaged your senses?
I'll take it from here. You will be silent. Ooh, she's not gonna like this. Ooh. Alright. Alright. Come on, stand up.
Thanks. What do you want from me?
Yeah. We don't need to torture the locals, you know? Information. Where did you see the Githyanki?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us before we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side. And I just ran.
The map. Show me.
Okay. You know, I am super, like, I played the early access, but when I played that, I was playing on my older computer, and I definitely did not have the hardware to play on Ultra that I do now. But the quality of these characters is really top tier. Like, look at my main character. This is the custom character. And she looks that awesome. The hair looks good. The skin quality looks good. The eyes, like, everything's really sharp. I'm just really impressed with Larian. I'm really impressed with them. Divinity Original Sin 2, I mean, it may not have had this much, like, quality graphically, but it was such a good video game, and I'm so happy that they got rewarded for that. That they made one of the best CRPGs that has ever been made, and they got rewarded, and this is where we're at now. And I've already seen tweets from, you know, Larian and Sven over at Larian about this game just doing numbers. I think that, like, right off the bat, they had like 250,000 to like 500,000 of people immediately playing this game on Steam release. And that's before everybody even had the time to, like, download the game. So once more people download this game, there's going to be even more people playing on Steam. And you know what? They deserve all of it, because, like, look how good this is. And, like, computer RPGs don't get budgets like this. The fact that this game is going to just absolutely crush sales records, I feel like, is honestly very impressive. And you guys are going to be seeing this episode several days after the game has come out, but just so you know, this is still day one for me. Like, it hasn't even been 12 hours since this game released. Yeah, man. Larian, you deserve it all. I'm happy for you. And you guys just, it looks like you guys have made an amazing game. I cannot wait until I get to, like, some major new content that I haven't experienced yet. Oh, it's so good. Okay, anyways. All right, Lae'zel, you got what you needed. We don't need to do this one because we don't necessarily need to put Lae'zel down in this moment.
Yes, your mediocre interrogation technique notwithstanding.
Did I get it, or did I not get it, Lae'zel?
The last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very night.
You want to fucking try me?
You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you, Shadowheart. I just haven't found the character I'm looking for yet. I don't know where they are. I'll tell you who that character is once we found them. I'm not gonna make it a point right now. But yeah. If you're finished scowling at me, what comes next?
The tiefling was clear. If you're a Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
This is not her home, so yeah, tiefling. Did you say tiefling? Oh, she's not gonna like us laughing at her.
I am unfamiliar with the, well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Fey run.
I think you mean Faerun. I think you mean Faerun. What do you mean purification, exactly?
The creche holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I
Okay.
can say no more.
All right. It does make sense that her people, the people who have dedicated their entire lives to eradicating Mind Flayers wherever possible, that they would have some way of getting rid of these tadpoles. All right. Well, I mean, she's not super happy with us, but we also didn't piss her off that much. I am curious, where is she standing with us? Honestly, they're not doing too bad. Gale likes us the most. Shadowheart, I think she looks like she's a little bit further down than Shadowheart is, but yeah, it looks like Gale is the furthest forward. He's the most approving so far.
Have a lot on my mind.
Okay.
Well, in it.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Okay, found their prisons. They got a goblin.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arka. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tieflin. If you ever had it to begin with.
Oh. Is it really the best idea for you to be goading the person who wants to murder you while you sit in a cage? This isn't my place. I'm not going to step in on this. She'll just have to live with whatever she does here. And she may feel good about it, she may feel bad about it. I don't know.
Doesn't even matter if you kill me. I'm chosen by the Absolute, I am. I'm blessed.
Okay, we're gonna have to learn more about the Absolute.
Little beast.
There's a little bit that I know about the Absolute, but not much, honestly. But damn, yep, she...
That goblin.
Oh, that's the sister, that's Arka. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry for your loss, girl. She didn't want to talk, though. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna try Speak with Dead. I don't think we need to get in there. Okay, medium toughness, so we have to get 22 or higher to even do damage to it, so not likely to happen. Alright, do we care to try the lockpick? Hold on. Is lockpicking is a different thing than sleight of hand, right? So even though this has a +1 to sleight of hand, I don't think it really makes a difference for us. How many...
With a flick of the wrist.
Okay, we've got 3 thieves tools right now. The difficulty class is only 10. Oh, hey, it is sleight of hand. Lockpicking is sleight of hand. Okay, cool. So with all of that, that DC actually becomes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. And if we roll higher, then it's even less than that. Pretty good. I was about to say pretty good odds, but I forgot that we get critical failures all the time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm not trying it again. I'm not, and I'm not using inspiration for this. I should see if we can buy some more thieves' tools. Watch, there's going to be a key in here. Okay, there's not. That would have been just like me to find the key right there. That would have gotten us in there. Wanted to send that to camp. That was my bad. Okay, can I speak with dead through this? Let's find out. I think I can. Cool. Maybe we can get some information out of
The
her.
corpse regards you lifelessly.
Okay. Who leads your tribe? No, I want to know who the Absolute is. Oh wow, there's a long list here.
Everything. All of us.
Okay. So, sounds similar to a hive mind, so it honestly could be some Mind Flayer related stuff. Maybe, maybe not. Who leads your tribe?
Boss Ragzlin and the Drow.
Okay. So Ragzlin, and then there's a Drow. Can anyone in your tribe heal?
Priestess Gut. Powerful.
Second time we've heard about Priestess Gut. Okay. Where can I find her?
West. Temple ruins.
Okay. And we have another quest that we found that is going to take us to the temple ruins to hopefully find that relic. And you know what? This is our last question, I believe, so we're going to ask about loot. Where do you hide it? Your tribe must have valuable loot. Where is it?
Ragzlin. Waterfall. Bridge.
Okay.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Ragzlin, Waterfall, Bridge. So when we find their place, we'll look for that. Oh, look, I can even loot without opening this. Why was I trying to open this? All right. Okay. Now, I will point something out to you right now. We're not going to look at it yet. But checking your map every once in a while can clue you in to some things that might be useful. Like the fact that there are a bunch of little areas back here that are traversable. So this was the locked door, and looks like there might be a way of getting in there. And there might be more over here. But we're going to go and look at that later. Not going to do that yet. Like I said, a lot of this stuff I have experienced in early access, so... we might address this later too.
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not landing.
Some interesting technique. Are you having some trouble?
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Okay. Oh, look, there's Detect Thoughts. Huh. So, this would presumably pop one of our level 2 spells in order to give us Detect Thoughts, right? Obviously, I don't want to do this, but I'm actually surprised that it doesn't tell us that this is going, like, I would think that somewhere on the left it would tell you, hey, you're going to use a level 2 spell slot. But it's nice to know that it'll show you anytime it's available to use. We're not going to do that, though. This is an important... It's not important to read this guy's thoughts, so... Level 2 spell slots are in short supply this early in the game. So no wonder you're struggling, you've no balance. Space your feet further apart. Yeah, the bonuses get us there.
I'll try and brace them better.
Everybody approves?
Like so. Step, brace, parry, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
Okay, cool. I don't know what he gave us yet, but... So, one last thing, don't shout out your moves like that. It spoils the surprise for your foe.
Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes.
Good man. Keep training. You'll make short work of any goblin.
Hopefully, it's
In
just
time.
the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin.
So I've heard.
But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Right. I've got food.
Okay, Lae'zel is inspired by that. Cool. So we should have 2 inspiration points now. An item received is a battle axe.
Indolence breeds madness.
How does that compare to what she's got right now? She's got a D10 one, right? That's what she does? D10, she's got +3. What is the parentheses? So it says 1d10, but then in parentheses it says 1d8. Somebody let me know in the comments.
No time to rest.
Maybe some innate bonus that she gets with any martial weapon or something, I don't know. Here's Wyll.
Can't keep the goblins out forever.
Honestly,
This is no fun. We're no warriors.
so if I examine here, humanoid, level 2 human, won't tell us his class on this screen. Weird. Oh, there we go. Level 2 warlock. I knew that, but I just wanted to show you guys that you can see that. Now, we know from the beginning of the game that he is one of the origin characters that you can choose, which also means that he can be part of the party. So,
One more time.
what I'm going to do is, I think I might have Gale leave the party. Warlocks are both melee attackers and magic casters. And I may have Gale leave the party for a little bit. It maybe should be Lae'zel, actually.
The waiting's getting to me.
I don't know. She can still attack way harder than Wyll would be able to.
Done. Repositioning.
But, damn, I don't know.
All right, what now?
Every Githyanki has held a sword by age 6 and claims their first kill by age 10. Yet these tieflings claim barely a single warrior among them. It's a wonder they've survived even this long.
All right, we're going to send her back to camp. Are you sure a creche is our only path to a cure?
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithist purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
The kind of wisdom can be very valuable.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond.
I don't know why she would disapprove of that, but
exploring planes so
she's free to feel her feelings.
Chaos and cold fire's rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Okay, why don't you wait for me in camp?
Chook, you believe you can survive without me?
Yes, go to camp. I'll find you there.
As you say, do not keep me waiting.
So now that we've seen the way that going to camp works, technically we should be able to go to camp and switch out our party member without necessarily taking a long rest. So I was worried that anytime you went to camp you'd have to do a long rest, but the fact that you don't have to is good for us, because that means that we can change out our party a little bit easier than maybe I was worried I'd be able to.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi,
I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
It's good advice, child. You do well to listen.
You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
A little glimpse into his brain, it looks like. Another escapee. Thank the gods I need all the friends I can get.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Wyll chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
So, there's a couple things. For one, in early access, a lot of people had Wyll as a character bug out and not be able to join their party. That happened to me. He kind of got stuck in the entrance of this area and wouldn't actually come over here to where he would be recruitable and be able to be talked to. So I wasn't able to actually get any of his kind of backstory really, when I did early access. But on top of that, apparently they've greatly rewritten this character. Larian has said that they did major rewrites on this character, and his story plays out very differently than what it did before. So I thought I would have very little to know about this character to begin with, but apparently a lot of people don't have much to go on because they rewrote a lot of his story. So that's fun stuff. But yeah, I don't know if he's going to be part of the main party, but he seems really interesting. And whatever they did to rewrite him probably made him more interesting. Okay. Hunting in the Hells. Dangerous territory. I want to ask who... In case I can't ask who she is, I'm going to ask. We'll start there and we'll see if we can go there next.
Her name is Karlach. An archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill.
Interesting.
I tracked her through the Hells to the Mind Flayer ship. But the damned illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
Okay. Now, that may be a familiar name to you because it was another one of the origin characters. The tiefling one. Interesting. I think I knew that. I think that I heard about the fact that those two were going to be at odds with each other. Now, the thing is that he might be a final replacement for Gale in my party as a caster and somebody who can do melee. He can do a little bit of both, kind of like druids can. Warlocks are definitely known more for spell casting, I believe. But they can do a little bit of both. They just don't have as many proficiencies as somebody like Lae'zel is going to have. He probably also doesn't have proficiencies in as good of armor. So we'll see if he can, we'll see how he fits into the party. But he may take the place of Gale. But I was thinking... We'll explore that when we get there. Eventually we're going to run into this Karlach. So we'll explore this when we get there. I'm not going to talk too much about it right now, but depending on what happens, it may help decide who's going to be in our party or not. So I'm looking to cure this infection. I suggest that we partner up.
I like your thinking. Besides, I watched you fight at the gate. I could use an ally like you. Ready when you are.
The famous Blade of Frontiers in the flesh. Clever, this hero act you've got going.
Ooh.
Hero, Blade. Name strangers gave me. My friends call me Wyll.
Excellent. If we ever become friends, I'll know what to call you.
Yeah, this party isn't built on a lot of trust, is it? There's not a lot of trust going around yet in this party. I'm assuming that's going to change over the course of the game, but yeah. A lot of little jabs at each other, huh? Okay, so this is level 1 to level 2, and then I'm assuming that we'll be able to level him into level 3 right after that. I also don't know much about how warlocks work. They do not have a spell book in the same way that druids and clerics do. I do know that much. And they have a much smaller pool of spells that are available to them, from what I understand. Okay, class features. Warlock spell slot gained. And gain spell. Okay, so we get to choose a spell. I think I tried to figure out how to use Hex in early access and I struggled with it, but it was at a time when I knew a lot less about D&D, which might have been why. So Hex. 1d6 of necrotic. Make your attacks deal an additional 1 to 6 necrotic damage to the target and give it disadvantage on an ability of your choosing. I think the ability part is what I struggled with because I didn't have a good understanding of what that would do. But I feel like I know enough now to know kind of like, you know, how like, you know, 14 is a +2. I think so 12 is a +1, right? 14 is a +2. 16 is a +3. So if we want to negate some of those things, then giving somebody disadvantage in those areas where they might have bonuses in areas that they would be good at, I would be able to choose that a little bit better now. So Hex might be the way to go. For damage dealing, Warlocks have a pretty good cantrip that we're going to be relying pretty heavily on. So yeah, Hex does a little bit of damage, but also gives disadvantage in areas that we want. So that one can be pretty good. Eldritch Invocations. In your study of occult lore, you have unearthed Eldritch Invocations, fragments of forbidden knowledge that imbue you with an abiding magical prowess. Okay, so Eldritch Blast is a cantrip that is pretty damn powerful, probably one of the most powerful cantrips in the game, and Warlocks are kind of built around modifying this specific piece of damage. So, let's see. When you cast Eldritch, add your Charisma modifier to the damage it deals. Oh yeah, and that's another thing, is that his spellcasting is based off of Charisma. You'll notice over on the right-hand side, he has a star over Charisma, and he has a 17 in his stat distribution. You can cast Mage Armor on yourself at will. That might be good. What is his natural AC? Can I see that right now? Not really. And I also don't know if he can wear anything. Like, I don't know what kind of armors he can wear, so this might actually be really good for him to keep from getting hit too hard. Mage Armor increases your armor class when you aren't wearing armor. So it doesn't help you if you are wearing armor, it sounds like. Is that true? I mean, that's what it says, so. Don't need that. We can already speak with animals with our druid. You gain proficiency in deception and persuasion. Don't really need that. We're going to be doing most of that with our main character anyway. You can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 24 meters. So if somebody actually, like, drops darkness on us, you can actually still see in it. That's what it sounds like. Cast False Life on yourself at will as a level 1 spell without expending a spell slot. Gives you 7 temporary hit points. Nah, don't need Disguise Self. You learn how to cast One with Shadows. I don't know what that is. Vanish into the darkness and become invisible as long as you stand still. Alright. So it's just a way for you to not be a target for a second if you need it. I don't like that it costs an action because I would normally try and... Yeah. With the way that I think and play, I don't know how often I would end up actually using that. When you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can push the creature up to 4.5 meters away from you. Do you get to choose when that happens? Because there might be times where I don't want the push to happen. It sounds like you can as a specific phrasing. So it sounds like you can probably use just a version of Eldritch Blast that can push, or you can use a regular one. I may take that as one of them. Once per long rest, you can cast Bane using a Warlock spell slot. It's between Agonizing and Armor. I think I want Repelling. It's a good CC ability to kind of like move somebody away from me if I needed to. I wonder if it has the option of like knocking somebody prone when it pushes them away too. You'd be adding +3 to your Eldritch Blast with this. Alright. We can spend money to respec if we absolutely needed to. Passive feature: when you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, this gift from your patron grants you Charisma modifier plus class level. So when you kill somebody, you're going to get +3, and right now it would be +2 because your class level is 2 with Warlock to temporary hit points. Huh, interesting. Okay. Civil Militia. Weapon proficiency with spears, pikes, halberds, glaives, and armor proficiency with light armor and shields. Okay. So you at least can do light armor and shields. Okay, and then straight into level 3. Most of your Warlock spells have become stronger. We gained a spell. This is one where we get to choose what we take. Honestly, Misty Step is right there. Oh man, Shatters just sounds so good, and he may be taking the place of Gale. That's the thing. So do we go for something that gives you a way to get somewhere quick, but it costs a spell slot? I think I'd rather take something like Shatter. You get so few spell slots as a Warlock, from what I understand, that I don't think you're going to be using it for Misty Step. I'd rather give you something that has the potential for some pretty big damage. Okay, and a pact boon. Your patron bestows a gift upon you for your loyal service. Choose one of the following. Gain the service of a familiar, a fey spirit that takes a form of your choosing. Animal, imp, or quasit. Pact of the Blade. You can summon a pact weapon or bind the one you are wielding, making it magical. Pact weapons use the wielder's spellcasting ability modifier instead of strength or dex. Where is your dex? So you'd probably be using a dex weapon. I think your standard weapon is a rapier. So at 13, you'd only be getting a +1. Yeah? Yeah. Here you'd be getting a +3 with Pact of the Blade. Which can make your weapon a lot more viable. Pact of the Tome. Your patron grants you a grimoire called the Book of Shadows, which allows you to cast Guidance, Vicious Mockery, and Thorn Whip. That don't cost a spell slot, or do they? Cast it as an action. 1 to 4 damage, but it also gives you disadvantage on its next attack roll. That could be pretty useful. I think, oh man, Pact of the Chain. Gives you a little guy that can help you out, huh? I want Pact of the Chain and Pact of the Blade. I'm gonna be real. Alright, I think I'm gonna take Pact of the Blade.
That's my sword's name!
Children.
Okay, so if we go to him, we check his spell book, you can see that he doesn't have a ton of things available. Looks like he's got Armor of Agathis. Let's see, so he's got 2 Warlock spell slots. You can see right here. Okay. That's a cantrip. Blade Ward is a cantrip. Take only half the damage from bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing attacks. It's an action. I'm guessing it only works on self. It doesn't actually say, but we'll have to check that. We've got that Hex now. We've got Arms of Hadar. We saw him use that. 3 meters. I wonder if it's an AoE or if it's a single target. On save targets still take half damage. I think it's an AoE. 3 meter AoE. Yeah, hits everybody that's in the circle. It probably hits allies too, by the looks of it. Gain 10 temporary hit points and deal 10 cold damage to any creature that hits you with a melee attack. Cool. Okay. And we've got Shatter. So Pact of the Blade can be used per battle. And if you bind Pact the weapon, it does it until long rest. You cannot drop it or throw it. So if somebody used an ability that made you drop it, this would keep it from being droppable, right? Maybe, maybe not. Hard to say. Either way, I want to see, so what are your proficiencies? I want to see all your proficiencies. So it really is only light armor and shields. Simple weapons. When it comes to martial weapons, you can use rapiers, pikes, halberds, and glaives. And what you have equipped right now is a rapier, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think we have anybody who's proficient in musical instruments. We don't have any bards, so checks out, I guess. Okay. Inventory. $11, $13. That's not any better. I think that's the only light armor that we really have. Let's see. Sleight of hand. I'm gonna give those to you. think he might take Gale's place. And then another character, a martial character, somebody who's a little bit more physical even than Wyll is probably going to take that spot. It's kind of like the main team, so to speak. Okay, we can increase his AC. We need to get him a shield. And we need to see if we can get him better armor. But if we plan on keeping him in the party, then we should definitely do that. Alright. I do want to get his AC up just because he is going to be more in the thick of it than Gale would be. So I do want to get him some good armor. Alright.
Thanks for spending time with the kids. I just wish... Well, thanks.
What to do?
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
Okay. Oh my god, soak the battlefield with blood. Embrace death. Do not resist. Be strong and watch over your kin. In trust there is victory. What is the Seldarine? Oh yeah, that's our Dro sub... I don't know what it's called. I forget. But there was the Lolth and the Seldarine.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
All right.
No questions? All right.
Well, I think this is where we're going to end this episode. So, thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. We'll have to see kind of where things go, but eventually we'll be able to get into another fight, and we'll get to see kind of what Wyll can do. He has decent HP, which is good, because his AC is low. We need to fix his AC, but we'll figure that out. We'll get him some gear that can help him out. But yeah, have a good one, everybody. Bye.
I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Andrew Smith, Chris Murphy, JW, Quinless, Chris Smith, Vlado101, Andy Ford, The Blue Electric Cat, Angel Mejia, Black Mamba 90, and Kyle Schluter. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.